Welcome in or welcome back to the Daisy Empath Tarot channel. I'm so glad that you decided to stop by today. I'm just going to do a collective reading today, so take what resonates and discard the rest. So some messages I'm already getting for some of you. Some of you have been feeling very clouded, very tired, kind of weary, physically tired, but also emotionally tired lately. So if you are feeling that way, this message is definitely for you. I got kind of a download, I think it was yesterday, about that movie. For some reason, that's always movies, but Chocolat, and how when her name is Juliet in real life, when she came in, she would go by how the winds were blowing. If you've seen that movie, so she would be just kind of standing there and the wind would blow and she knew that it was time to move on. And I feel like for who's ever watching this, the winds are blowing into your life. There's change that's coming and Spirit's asking you to move on from something. So we're going to get a little bit more for you. Yeah, and I pulled this out. The never-ending story. So some of you may feel like this is a never-ending cycle and you're wondering when change is going to come through. Like you keep hearing about change, but you don't know how to proceed forth or to make a change. Okay, so let's get a little more from Spirit. And that makes sense because you want to move forward, but how? And I just see you having multiple options, which is a good thing to have multiple options. Okay, so we're gonna get some tarot messages here today. Spirit, can you please help the collective and advise them what's coming in and how to move forward with our choices? I see seashells. I see ants. I see moonlight. Okay. When you go deep down inside and if you close your eyes and you just go deep down inside and you just ask Spirit to come in and you get quiet, those are when the answers can come. Because if our brains are so cluttered and clouded, we can't receive if we're thinking from one moment to the next. And you're probably asking, because I can feel it, well, how do I clear my head? So it does take practice. I started a couple years ago, and I just started out with guided meditations. I was unable to just sit there and clear my mind. I couldn't do it. So I started out with guided meditations, and then I felt what I called a sweet spot to where I could just clear it, on demand. It does take practice, but that's when answers come. I also ask Spirit for signs, for visions, for confirmations. If I'm already feeling away, say throughout your day, even if you're at home, Spirit can send you confirmations. You step outside and you see an animal, or you see a neighbor and they say something to you out of the blue, but it's a confirmation of what you've already been feeling or hearing. So those are ways that Spirit speaks to you. So this came out as I was shuffling. This is the fulfillment of wishes. That's basically the Nine of Cups there. So you have your fulfillment of wishes coming in. I'm getting this energy, this tired, I hear weak. Some of you might feel weak in your physical body, but also your mental body, okay? Your fulfillment of wishes is coming in. You have this coming in, beautiful. We have intuition. So some of you may be High Priestess. You may be into healing arts. You may read tarot. You may be really spiritual. Patience. So a lot of you have planted these seeds and now you're at the point where, okay, Spirit, Universe, God, I've planted these seeds. Where are they? How are they coming to fruition? And so Spirit's asking you to have a little bit of patience okay? Which is so hard to do because when we put something out there, we're thinking in our time, we're not thinking in Spirit's time. And sometimes behind the scenes, the behind the scenes is what's important here that we don't always see, because we can't force somebody else's will. So say, Spirit's speaking to this person for divine connection to come meet you or see you. Well, that person also has to have their timeline. So if, they're not quite ready, then if somebody comes in that's not ready, it can mess up the trajectory of everything. And so that's why Spirit asks us to trust and be patient. Trust me, I know, I feel personally for some things, I've been waiting a long time for answers, but I know in my heart, I seriously can sit there and I think, wow, I feel this check in my heart. Something has to happen before this. And it's not being passive. It's not being, well, I'm just letting everything go. I just feel again, on behind the scenes, we don't see what's going on, but Spirit does. So we have to put that faith and trust and just actually live our lives as we're living them. Do what we can, work on ourselves, prepare ourselves. I keep hearing messages about are you ready? Are you ready for this to come in? We want this abundance. We want this new life. We want this release, but are you mentally, emotionally, physically ready? So in this period of time where we are waiting for the blessings to come in or waiting for our answers, we need to get ourselves ready. We need to ground ourselves. We need to get in the right mindset, because when I heard that message the other day, I thought, wow, if I really put myself in that, if Spirit really wants to bless me abundantly financially, am I ready for this? How am I going to take this on? Have I worked on my money blocks? Have I worked on all these other things that if it came in, would it be really good for me? Okay, and I know I'm referring to myself, but I feel like this is a message for you. We say we want this, but are we really at that place to receive it? Do we feel worthy to receive it? So Spirit's asking you to work on that part of yourself, to go in and to work on that. Meditate. Do meditations for self-worth, for self-love. Really realize, hey, if this comes in, I'll accept it. I'll be okay with accepting. Because some of you out there do not want to accept help. You've been on your own. You say you want to accept it, but if it comes in, you're like, no, I got this. I can handle it, because maybe in the past, people have taken advantage of you. And so you kind of have that wall up. I'm getting some of you have a wall up. Okay. Also, I pulled this. So some of you may be actually just feeling boredom. Boredom is abnormal to you. Just, maybe you grew up in an environment that was so chaotic. So now you're actually learning peace and feeling the peace. And so you get bored easily. So Spirit's saying, recognize what's going on. Is this actually you needing to move forward? Or is this you're finally in a place where you feel peace and you don't know what to do with it? Okay? So really go into your intuition and figure that part out. That kind of went way different than what I thought this was going. I also pulled third eye chakra. So some of you out there are really interested in that, and you had intuition in here as well. So Spirit is asking you to really try to tap into your third eye chakra. Okay, so I know a lot of these readings say go Google it, but just for an example for your third eye, you can close your eyes and you can visualize a white light coming down, or a gold light coming down through your crown chakra and into your third eye chakra, and just really focus on the feeling of it opening up. There's times where, I don't feel that there's any right or wrong. I know there's things out there, but there's times where I've just physically touched it and just focused on that and asked Spirit to come in to open it up. I feel like a lot of times, if you're really interested in this and you don't know how to do it, if you go into it feeling frustrated, like it's supposed to happen a certain way, or people are telling you it's supposed to happen a certain way, then it's not going to happen. I feel like you do you, whatever feels natural, whatever Spirit's leading you to do. And in fact, I heard this the other day, and I just want to mention this. Somebody said, there's lots of right way to do things and lots of wrong way to do things. Wait, that's not what this person said. Anyways, I didn't agree with it. Because I feel like you do you. You don't have to do things the way that everybody else does. You don't have to follow a cookie cutter plan, because guess what? If you live the life of a spiritual person or you follow spirit, nothing is cookie cutter. Everything is like divine appointments, you know, kind of going with the flow. You can't really plan out living a spiritual life. It doesn't work like that. And if you want answers right now, it's probably not going to happen. And also going into it thinking, this is what I want the outcome to be, this is what I want the answer to be, it's not always that answer. And I will tell you from experience, when I've thought that, Spirit has asked me to go in within, when I've asked him to change them, whoever you would refer to, ask Spirit to change my situation, like maybe make the environment better. Spirit has brought it back on me and said, what's going on within you that is not healed, that is making you feel all these emotions? Yes, that person's behavior is very bothersome. Yes, that person's behavior is not correct. But if Spirit wants to bring you into a different position and you're still in that mindset, that emotionally triggered mindset, you're not ready for it. So you have to go within and ask Spirit to heal that part of you, or see what's going on. Write it out, journal it out, I'm hearing. Journal out those feelings. Don't let them get stuck. Okay, but we can't control other people. We can't control what's going on with other people. All we can do is go within and see what Spirit's trying to show us. Spirit's trying to strengthen you. This is coming out. Spirit's trying to strengthen you. You may be praying for somebody else to change or for your situation to change, but what Spirit's trying to do is get you ready for what's coming in. And like on that movie Chocolat, she knew she had to get ready. She had to prepare. She had, I do believe, it's been a while, I love the movie, but I think she had a daughter, so she couldn't just pack up and go. It wasn't just her. She had her daughter. She had her own like business she started, people she connected with, but there was stuff that had to be in place within her. And she always waited on Spirit. So somebody that's watching this, you're a feminine energy, you could have kids, you feel like you're so used to that planning mode. I got to plan this out. And I'm not saying not to plan it out. Spirit's not saying not to plan it out, but Spirit's saying you got to give up a little bit of that restriction you're feeling, that I have to have it come out a certain way. If you want to follow your spiritual path, you do have to let that resistance go. Whatever you resist persists, I'm hearing. So you continue to resist what's going on. I resist the feeling of like, I have to let it go a little bit. I have to say, give it to Spirit each time these thoughts come up, like, when is it coming? I got to plan it. You know, just go to Spirit. I talk to Spirit. There's days where I'm frustrated and I'm literally crying and I'm like, God, like I refer to it as God or Spirit, where are you? Like I will cry and I will be like, where are you? I've asked you to help me. I've asked these questions. Where are you? Talk to them. Talk to Spirit. Talk to God. Talk to the universe. And you'll be surprised when you are vulnerable, when you let it go, you'll feel better, but also it gives Spirit, God or the universe or the angels the opportunity to show you where you're going, show you your path. It's not a straight path, I'm hearing. You're not on a straight path. Some of you have had a lot of trauma, a lot of like childhood trauma, relationship trauma, job trauma, a lot of it. And that's why you watch this. And what Spirit's saying is also give yourself a break. You know, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't think it has to happen tomorrow or in a month. You know, go with it because it's a back and forth fluctuation. One day you might feel like, okay, I got this. And the next day something may trigger you and that's okay. Just each time that trigger comes up for you, go within and just really ask Spirit, God or the universe, what is going on in me? Why do I feel so anxious? Why do I feel this trepidation? I'm going to pull a couple of cards for you. It says our ancient future. Interesting. Those are two interesting words. You know, you have trauma. Some of you have ancestors on the other side that are really watching out for you. Really watching out for you. Just sending you signs on the daily, and you may not notice. But start to notice. Start to notice the little things. Start to stop in the moment and look around you. Smell things, look at things, absorb things around you. And that's when Spirit's going to provide you the answers, give you more answers. You're a realm bridger. So again, you could have people on the other side. You're bridging the realm from the other side to your here and now. And that's what Spirit wants you to do. I'm sorry I have to end this reading. It was just something on my heart. I just want you all to not give up and not throw in the towel and say it's not going to happen, because Spirit's saying it is going to happen, but it's going to happen maybe not in the timing that you expect. Okay. Yes, again, and correct me, I'm sorry, I don't remember in the movie if she says the north winds are blowing or the south winds are blowing, but either way, you could live in the north or the south, and the winds could be blowing. But listen to Spirit. Spirit's like the wind, okay? We can't see Spirit, but we can feel Spirit sometimes. We can hear Spirit sometimes. So just know that Spirit is there. Your angels and ancestors are guiding you. They are there. They're there with you every step of the way. So don't throw in the towel. Don't throw in the towel. That's the message for you today. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. If this resonated with you, feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in the next reading. Bye-bye.